I want you to draw me like one of your French girls, Jack. Oh, you do? Hello. Welcome to Quarantine But Cute. We have a Titanic themed show today. Just kidding. Today, my guest is A.E. Kieran. He's an incredible fashion illustrator and sketch artist, and he's going to sketch me today. So I thought I would come to fashion with it and wear this dress I got in Costa Rica. And my mom literally just helped me pull it in because my boobs are falling out, as you can see. But yeah, I also have my heart of gold. This is actually my grandmother. My grandmother's in this. Her ashes are in this. It's antique. It's beautiful. And my normal heart pendant that I have is made of quartz and it's in New York. So yeah, I thought I'd bring my A game. Where are you guys watching from? This is Quarantine But Cute, my variety show. It's on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And AE is about to join us. We're going to talk about sketching. We're going to talk about illustrating. And then he's going to sketch me. I don't know. Is this good? Am I a nut bag? The answer is yes. Okay. It's Wednesday. It feels like Sunday. So AE just has to request to join. This fabulous fashion that I'm wearing is by a designer named, I think it's Maji, Maaje. So here we go. Sketch me. He's coming in. Here we go. Hi!
Buenos dias.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Thank you for coming on. I did not mean to turn this into a Titanic themed show, but you're a sketch artist. I had to do this
Well,
joke.
So in my line of work, so when in non-pandemic times, I make my living drawing at parties, and it's not a gig until every single gig that I ever do, someone says to me like, "Oh, are you gonna draw me like one of your French girls?" Like every single gig. So
I'm so sorry.
so this wouldn't count. This wouldn't count if you didn't do that.
Well, okay. So I'm sure you saw for a second, my mom was like, "Oh, wait, I have a heart pendant for you." And she's like, "It's your grandma." And I'm like, "What do you mean it's my grandma?" My grandma's.
It's a receptacle.
Yeah. So grandma's supported in between my boobs right now. And thank you for joining. Where are you right now? I see some greenery.
I'm in Fort Greene, Brooklyn, and I think the green that you're seeing are just string lights. But I mean, I do have a really beautiful backyard. We just can't get into it right now.
Good for you. I used to live in Fort Greene. I love it. I'm in Brooklyn still, but I'm not going to tell people my location, even though I'm not there. Right now, I'm in North Georgia, and I really appreciate you coming on. I can't draw anything, okay? Like, I can't even draw a stick figure that looks cute. So tell me how you started in all this. I mean, I'm sure you've been drawing most of your life, right? Uh-oh, he froze. He's
Why
back.
my
There he
screen
is.
just closed on me.
That's okay.
I've always been drawing ever since I was a wee lad. And then I guess like I stuck with it. I'm very lucky. I have very supportive, encouraging parents who sent me to all sorts of camps and after school programs and other stuff like that. And then I went to a lot of art school. I went to College for Creative Studies in Detroit for my undergraduate degree, and then I came to New York and got a master's in illustration from the School of Visual Arts. And then I never left. I still live here.
Amazing. So obviously we're in the weird times that we're in. I'm sure you're still creating your own art and working with other companies besides what you did, which you were telling me how you sketched people at parties. So we'll get back to that in a minute. I want you to tell people what you do because I think it's pretty amazing. But as far as like making the big bucks, and you're working in fashion illustration as well as what? Give me a little layout of how your life works with
right
drawing.
now, or like in non-pandemic times.
Non-pandemic, and then maybe where it's going for you right now.
So in non-pandemic times, the majority of my income is the party thing. I'm an illustrator, so during the day I do traditional print illustration for magazines and ad and things like that. A lot of
Okay.
portrait and fashion illustration primarily.
So
But, you know,
what's fashion illustration? Just to be clear, is not the sketches of like the work. The designer does that, right? What do you mean when you?
there's different kinds of fashion illustration, and there's different uses. And so, like, I think what you're talking about is the sort of the technical fashion illustration, that if you're a designer, you need to have sketches so that you
Okay.
can communicate to the people who are actually going to produce it what you want to see.
Okay.
So I don't do that. But then there's also the side of fashion illustration that's just like doing drawings of clothes and styles that will hopefully get people excited and make them want to buy.
You mean like
Similar.
this?
What's that?
I said, you mean like this dress?
Very exciting.
My boobs are
Yes.
coming out. I'm sorry, y'all.
And so I'm going to, or so I get hired a lot to go to events and draw what people are wearing, because a lot of what I do is like there's a live kind of performative aspect to it, and so that's what I'll get hired a lot as a fashion illustrator. But I also like a job that I'll get a lot is like you know, I've done a bunch of projects with Paul Tazwell, who you might know him. He's a costume designer. He won the Tony for doing the costumes for Hamilton.
Yes.
Well, he will hire me sometimes, like when he's working on something, and he'll send me his sketches and basically just ask me to do kind of I don't want to say better, but just like maybe like more visually exciting versions of his drawings. So his drawings are like the mechanical ones that are to explain to people who are actually going to sew it what he wants to see, and then mine are the ones that are to get the people who are going to sign the checks to say like, yeah, we are on board with that idea.
So you finalize that shit and you're like,
Yeah,
this is it. That's an amazing job.
yeah. So then my sketches will go in the presentation that gets sent to like the producers to be like, yes, we are sold on this vision.
I love that. What an amazing job. I mean, I think any job where you're creating anything, it doesn't matter what it is, building something, being an artist, being an actor. I mean, it's just so therapeutic. For me, I'm an actor and I'm a chef. So chopping is a thing for me. And I'm sure like drawing is the same feeling. You just feel free, right? When you're doing it.
Depends. I mean, so, you know, sometimes it really is just a paycheck and kind of a drag, but generally speaking, especially like these quarantine days where I'm mostly just working on the stuff that I want to be working on, because, you know, there's not that much else going on in the shutdown.
Can you show us some of your work right now so we can see? I mean, I know you're going to sketch me in a few minutes. Wild. I'm so
excited. I actually am already.
You're already doing
sketching you. Well, yeah, I told you that's my deal, is I'm very sneaky and clandestine. But I'll show you. Sure, I have some things. So really, like right now, the primary source of income at the moment is I've been going through the studio and finding drawings and listing them on my Etsy page, and that's been going well. So I did these earlier this year. I did this whole series of these
these are beautiful
iridescent watercolored beetles.
Wow. Can you show a little closer to the camera?
I did like 32 or 33 of these, and I'm gonna list all of these guys on my Etsy in the next week or so. The plan is I have a bunch of vintage frames that I picked up at garage sales and stuff before the shutdown, obviously. Beautiful. And I'm gonna spray paint all the frames gold, and then I'm gonna list them on my Etsy as like frame included, free shipping. Get them out.
Okay, so I'm gonna put your Etsy in the comments. So it's etsy.com, then what?
Etsy.com/shop/AEKIEREN.
Kien.
That's correct.
Okay, so let me make sure I have this right. Etsy.com/shop/AE.
AEKIEREN. Yep.
Okay, see if I can pin that. I'm trying to learn how to pin stuff, but there we go. Pin comment. Here we go. It's pinned. So yeah, anybody joining, AE is here. He's sketching me live. I know I did a total joke with the Titanic moment here, but I mean, it's kind of an excuse to dress up because on a lot of my shows, I'm not wearing makeup. I'm in like a sweater. I'm a total bum. And so this is super exciting. So while he's sort of sketching, I don't know if you can talk about the sort of secretness of parties. You were saying, you know, you were sketching people at parties and they don't know that you're
So
sketching them. And then what happens?
yes, so that's my whole gimmick, for lack of a better word, is because there are many, you know, there are many sketch artists that you can get for your event, but
Right.
my format that I do that is my specialty is I get hired to come to the party and I walk around. I don't have a designated table or space set up. You can't get in line. I'm just walking around spying on people from the
That's awesome.
next table over or what have you. And then I will, once it's done, I'm pretty quick. So these are mostly like little, you know, 6 to 8 minute sketches, shall we say. And
Yeah.
then here's some examples of
Yeah, sure.
ones from like, so then it'll look like this. Like this is a girl that I saw at a party, and then I draw on 5.5 by 8.5 inch watercolor paper, and it
Beautiful.
fits exactly in a 6 by 9 envelope. And
And
so
it's
then
nice
I go and
fabric.
I go
It's
tap
not
the person
paper.
on the shoulder, and
Right.
I hand them an envelope, and I just say this is for you, and then I walk away and go get back to work. And they're usually a little confused, and they're like, and they're like, what is this? And then they open it up and they're like, oh my God, it's me? Oh my God, how did this happen? That's my specialty.
I
That's
love
what I do at the parties.
that's
And
really everyone's a narcissist and it's like
yeah.
nicer to receive that than like a selfie, you know? It's like here's your live selfie of you that you didn't have to think about while you were enjoying the moment. I mean, that's rad.
I think so too. And yeah, before the shutdown, we were doing pretty tidy business with that.
So
I don't come cheap to do that, and I was staying booked like every, like, you know, 2-3 nights a week a lot of times, and so
so
that was good times before
one
Corona came along.
totally, but I mean, we are going to get back to something that may not be what it was before, but
Yes, we will
you can
get.
do this
I
on
have every confidence that it'll be back in
I do
some form, and it might not be till early 2021, but yeah, I'm
think
sure we'll
so.
be back and better than ever. Um, and I look forward to those days. But then in the meantime, I have done a number of engagements where I've been asked to come in and draw on like Zoom meetings and for other
Yes.
interactive events like that. And it actually works really well with Zoom in particular because I can spotlight. I don't know how familiar you are with Zoom.
Very.
Um, okay, great. We're
Very.
all getting very familiar with Zoom in
Yeah,
this
I take an acting class
reality.
with an amazing guy named Josh Pice. He's an actor. He's one of those actors that like you know him, but you, like forget his name, but then you see him,
But
and
we've seen him and stuff.
he was a Joker. I mean, he was in everything, and he's been one of my acting coaches. And you know, as we're doing this amazing 8-week, 7-week acting class, I've taken his class many times. You know, we are getting acclimated with speaker view versus gallery view versus going
Right.
to private meetings. You know, with different people in the group. And yeah, Zoom has gotten a lot of flack for privacy, but I don't care. I need people, I need connection. And I'm also a cooking instructor, so I teach cooking lessons on Zoom as well. And it, you know, it's good. We got to make money somehow. And I mean, I think
Yeah.
what you do is so versatile. I mean, everybody wants to be appreciated in their moment, and I think you're helping people appreciate themselves, you
Yeah.
know?
So Zoom works pretty well for what I do because I can, like I said, I can spotlight any video I want to, and they don't know. They're just
Yeah.
they're just going about their business conducting this meeting. until I drop them a chat bubble and ask for a phone number where I can then text them
So cool.
a picture of what I've drawn. And then I'll also ask for their address, and then it just goes in that same 6x9 envelope and goes in the mail the next day. And so that's been pretty effective. And so I've done a couple of those, and it would be great, since this shutdown is probably gonna go on for a good long time. I'm happy to do more of those.
And anybody can DM you after watching this, because I'm going to post this after this. They can DM you if they want to print, or they want to do maybe like it would be a fun thing to like get your family together and have the family do like a Zoom like cocktail
Exactly.
hour.
You can exactly. I would be totally happy to do that. I'm happy to be getting like truly any kind of gig right now
I know.
is
I'm an
great.
actor. I'm doing this for free. I'm an actor and a chef, and I'm doing a lot of this stuff pro bono because honestly, like, it's bringing joy to me and it's giving some entertainment to others. And I know everyone's going live and everyone thinks they're a newscaster now, and everybody thinks that they're this and they're that. I don't think I'm anything. I think I'm somebody that is everything in a way, because I love connecting my friends and people that I don't even know. I'm finding out, like like I'm finding you through Rochelle, and I would have never found you otherwise. And like, that is my thing. I'm a connector. So for me, this is pure joy, and I get paid $0 to do this. This is 100% just to connect to people like you. You have gorgeous eyes, by the way. I feel like we could be brother and sister.
I got them from my daddy.
Hey, Daddy. Where are your parents? Where are they in the world?
My dad passed away a few years ago, but my mom is quarantined in Michigan. That's where I'm from.
Okay.
And she's doing all right. The quarantine's not her favorite thing, but it's nobody's favorite thing, really.
No.
Other than my dog. It's my dog's favorite thing. She loves
Oh,
it.
what kind of dog do you have? I have a dog too.
She's a Boston Terrier. Hey, Rosalita, do you want to come say hi?
Yeah, my dog is downstairs. I have a Borky. He's a Bichon Yorkshire Terrier.
Come here. Come say hi.
Come here, puppy. Everybody wants to see animals.
This is her. She loves the shutdown. She loves that we get all this like extra snuggle time.
Someone said I
rested.
printed shirts. Oh, she's precious.
Yeah, she's a very good girl. And I'm lucky to have her always.
Yes.
But especially in quarantine time, because
I feel the same
I
way
would have
about
lost my mind.
I'm with my parents in North Georgia. I have a place in Brooklyn. I just found a roommate, thank God, a friend of a friend. I'm doing auditions with my agent here and there. But I mean, at first with my parents, I thought I was going to go crazy, but it has become better. We've worked through some shit. When will I ever have this much time with my mom and my stepdad, as much as I want to choke them out sometimes? Like, they want to choke me out too.
Indeed.
So it's better. I mean, I feel for everybody who's alone at home, and this is for you guys. Anybody alone at home, I would definitely hire AE to sketch you and send you something. You could have a little moment with him on Zoom. And someone said, one of your admirers said, I love your printed shirts. I really want the macabre print and the radish print. So how can he get
those are also listed on my Etsy page. Yeah. And in fact, I just quarantine special. I just took $25 off of all of those. So please get them. Oh, I have a coupon code too. Dads and grads.
Put that in.
Yeah.
What is it?
The coupon code is dads and grads. Capital DADSANDGRADS. For like
capital DADSA.
Capital D A, all caps, DADSANDGRADS. Dads and grads is because it's like a Father's Day promotion on those shirts. And those shirts, I mean, that's a whole nother, like, I wouldn't even call that a hustle, because that's a thing that I do that I'm trying to get going, but for the last couple of years, it's something I've been like sinking money into that isn't a profitable endeavor at all yet. But yes, sure. I've been enjoying taking my drawings and turning them into prints, and then making stuff out of them. And in particular, I have family in South America. My sister and her husband and my nephew live in Medellin, Colombia.
Oh,
And
wow.
so we found an amazing tailor down there who makes these shirts for me.
That's great.
So I make them in I have to make them in pretty small batches. And yeah, so they're very limited edition little things. But yeah,
Everyone loves that.
the macaw print is available on the Etsy.
Perfect. So hopefully that answered your question. Thank you guys for joining. I'm going to do something kind of fun. I used to have a jam business. It was called Devour Jams. It's inspired by my blog, devourme.com. If it says Devour, it's hard to see. Dr. Wu did this many years ago in LA when I lived there. And when I would sell jam here in Atlanta, I would send these amazing quote cards that are made on recycled paper in with the package. And I just thought it was like a really cute thing. It's a bunch of inspiring quotes. So I'm going to shuffle through and then you tell me when to stop. And I'm going to read the inspiring quote of the day.
Okay, great.
Just tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay, here we go. Do everything with a mind that lets go. If you let go a little, you will have a little peace. If you let go a lot, you will have a lot of peace. If you let go completely, you will know complete peace and freedom. Your struggles with the world will have come to an end.
Well, is that by Eckhart Tolle?
It's by Akan Ka.
It's very it's got a lot of I have read some Eckhart Tolle, and he espouses these beliefs as well.
Yeah, I love Eckhart Tolle. I thought it was Eckhart Tolle. Is it Eckhart
Tolle?
It
very well might be. It very well might be. I have
Who
no
knows?
idea why.
It doesn't even matter. But okay, so are you have your dog. Have you been seeing anybody in New York? Like what's the feeling? Because I've been talking to so many different people and I'm debating on whether I should go back now, if I should wait. What's your whole
I would say I don't really feel unsafe here at all. Like I think that I remember when the shutdown first went into effect, there was a really scary couple of weeks where it kind of seemed like like a lot of us had already been exposed to the virus and we were just sitting around in our apartments waiting to see who got sick. And then so after that couple of weeks of terror passed, it's a little less scary to be here. And I would say we've had on the pretty days, the parks are full. And I know you can read all the judgmental Facebook posts from people complaining about it, but from what I've seen, they're all full of people, sitting a reasonable distance apart from each other and mostly wearing masks and stuff. But
we can all sit home, AE, and we can judge everybody from afar. But until we're in it or somebody gets it, which I've known actually several people that have gotten it that are my age, I'm in my mid-30s, that have survived. I mean, it's too complicated to talk about here today, obviously. But I'm glad that you're okay. And I hope that everybody is well and that you're obviously doing the best you can to thrive and create while you're where you're at. I mean, what else are you going to do? That's what that quote that I just read said. You got to let go for now. And you got to kind of let go in your mind in general. And I'm up in my head a lot too. Ben Platt actually is one of my heroes. You know Ben Platt.
Ben Platt from
Dear Evan Hansen.
Dear Evan Hansen.
Politician. Yes. And he had an interview today about how his Netflix special that came out tonight or is coming out today has come out already on Netflix. His performance at Radio City Music Hall, how has such trouble being in the moment. And what's so crazy is we have this opportunity to be on pause and to truly be in the moment without any distraction, without having to get up and go to work every day. I mean, a lot of us do, of course, in respect to all the essential workers, but to those like us who are artists who aren't working really outside of our homes right now, we have such an amazing opportunity to grow in that. And I'm grateful for that,
I've been enjoying, like, I've been able to really, I've had a backlog for, you know, years of things that I would like to do
Yes,
creatively that I just do not ever have time for.
totally. I
So the
started painting.
economic downturn of it all is
Yeah,
not great,
no,
but having the free time to get to attend to these things that I just would never be able to get to. And I'm pretty sure, like, when I think about like what life is going to be like on the other side of this, like,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm leaving with like a couple of book deals and other stuff, like, because some of the things that I'm working on that I have plenty of time to chip away at
Yes.
would be nice publishable things. And
And I love
so
that you said that out loud. I'm a manifester. My last name, Aparicio. My half of my family's from Spain. My dad's side. Aparicio means apparition or manifestation. And I think it's so important that you not only think about those goals, book deals, whatever they are, you've got to say it out loud and you have to share it with people, you know, within reason. So I hope I get a hosting job out of this. I mean, that wasn't the intention when I started, but I was a radio DJ for years. I love connecting people. I love having people like you on who are full of life and who are trying to make the world a better place. You know, it's amazing. And I appreciate you being here. I love it so much.
happy to be here. Do you want to see what we've done so far?
I do. I'm scared. I'm
Okay,
excited.
so obviously, like, I spent a little more time on this than I ordinarily would at a party, but you were the only one that I am looking at. So I did that while we were chatting, and I usually am a strictly monochromatic watercolorist, but I did bust out a bottle of green to give you green eyes.
It's so funny because I have hazel eyes, but today they're really extra green.
They're really looking green in this camera for sure.
Oh my God. Did you give me freckles?
Not
I,
really.
I have freckles.
I can see them now.
It's so funny, people. I posted something that's beautiful. Will you show it again? I can't believe you just sketched me. No
Let's,
one's ever sketched me that I haven't like paid someone like way too much money in France to do, and like Montmartre. Wow, does that look like me, you guys? Oh my God, that's amazing. You're so talented.
oh, thank you.
It's crazy. If anybody wants a sketch from AE, you can message him, you can DM him, you can absolutely go to his Etsy shop. I pinned it at the
Oh
bottom
yeah.
of the comments.
You want to see the some of the things that I'm listing on my Etsy page?
Yes.
It's on my to-do list after this, is because the thing. Oh, that's another thing about the just like stuff that I don't usually have time for, is like, I've had this Etsy page for years, and it's a little time consuming to actually like make things available on it.
Yes, yes, I've
So
had.
I don't do that much in non-pandemic times with the Etsy page, but then because I do have the time, I've been listing stuff and stuff has been moving. So like, these are all sketches in need of a good home. So these are all going on the Etsy page tonight. So
You guys, you
like,
get a first look.
so this was for a job. This was published. I was hired to do this RuPaul for
Yeah.
I don't even remember. It was some like internet publication, and so that needs a good home. And this was the same article, Taylor Swift. So
Whoa.
so if there are any Swiftie super fans,
Can
I'm
you
gonna
put
be,
that a little more to your left? Because the comments are blocking. So there she is.
yeah.
Dude, that's amazing.
So that's my Swiftie.
You know what you're giving me vibes of? Do you remember? I mean, we're probably a little young for this, but as a child going to hair salons, remember that famous sketch artist that would have the hair? What's her name?
Well, I believe the artist that you're thinking of is Nagel. In
Yes.
the 90s, yeah. And I love him. Like, he was like, there was a backlash, like he was so popular that then he became perceived as really dated, and there was like a backlash, but I've always just thought they're great. They're perfect.
So cool.
They're perfect, like,
You have
graphic
your own
distillation.
style, but it reminds me of that, which I love.
Well, he I do see that, because he also is like boils his images kind of down to a graphic, which is what I do as well. Like I draw monochromatic, and I'm like, this is the shape of the eye floating in white space, like, and this is the shape of the cheek and that kind of thing. These cardinals, so these were from a print that I did. So I made these cardinals, these are watercolored cardinals, and these are the originals, and that was from a print that I did. And there's like the shirts with the cardinal print are also on my Etsy page, but those are the actual originals that I want to unload. And I did this blue lobster that if you own a seafood restaurant, that's gonna be available
like no but like
on
let's
Etsy
be clear,
tonight.
a more fine dining seafood restaurant, because that would be beautiful in a big frame with a what's the word I'm looking for? I was like photographer forever, I can't think of it. Inside the frame, the
like a plaque,
a
like
mat, like
an
a mat
inscription
around it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that would be beautiful. Yeah, you're so amazing. I love that you don't just sketch people, you sketch everything. That's beautiful. And water, that's not easy. I just started painting and I'm using acrylic, and that shit is not easy. Like
yeah, I mean, watercolor kind of, I don't know, the first time I tried it kind of did come kind of easy. So then other people tell me that watercolor is so hard, and
but everybody has their own talents, and this is yours, you know? So thank you so much for coming on. Please, please, please keep in touch. I love that sketch. Can I get that sketch from you somehow?
Yeah, drop me your address and I'll put it in the mail tonight.
I love it. So cool. Thank you so much for coming on, AE. You're super talented. It's all going to work out, and I'm so glad that you're still busy in quarantine doing what you love, and hopefully we'll get to meet for coffee at some point.
Restrictions are going to have to ease soon, so.
Yeah. Well, I bought a sequin mask. It's coming in the mail. I'm ready to go.
Sounds great. All right.
Talk to you soon.
See you later.
Bye, guys.